Hi, I'm Dr. Roger Smith, and I'm an upper cervical chiropractor in Huntington Beach, California. Today we're going to be talking to you about thermography. This is a tool that we use in the office to help to determine whether a patient needs to be adjusted or not. Thermography is an instrument that measures the temperature of the spine from the left and the right side of the neck. It's only using infrared thermography to measure this temperature, so it's a non-invasive tool that's just measuring temperature of the spine to see how the nerves are working from left to right. We can use this as a tool to determine when a person needs to be adjusted or when there is no nerve interference, and to leave the patient alone and not make a correction, which would actually make the problem worse. So I'll show you in just a moment how the instrumentation works here. This is how the scan is performed on a patient. The hair is swept out of the way to allow for a clear scan. I'll do this from the opposite side so you can see. What we do is we start at the base of the neck. The instrument runs up both sides of the spine using slow, consistent motion until we get to the base of the skull, and we hold. And now we'll show you on the computer exactly what the scan has measured on this particular patient. This is a direct heat reading temperature from the patient from both the left, right, and then the computer blends those two temperatures together to show us the difference. We can turn the line graph into a color bar graph, and it shows us how the nerve distribution is working in this patient's spine. What this is indicating is that the right side of the patient's spine has much more nerve activity than the left side. What the computer does is takes the temperature and turns it into colors based on increasing degrees of temperature. We have green is normal, yellow is mild, orange is moderate, and red is severe. That's a difference in heat temperature. So green is within the normal range, yellow would be mild, this is moderate, and this is a severe difference in temperature from left to right side. This is all indicating that the signals coming from the brain may be being pinched off here at the base of the skull. It's not letting the messages get out equally to the rest of the body. This is an indication, or one indication, of brainstem compression or nerve interference. This is that same patient on a subsequent visit where they had been adjusted, and now their balance, or the difference in heat temperature, is much different from left to right. Here we have the left, the right, and then the center, the difference in those two temperatures. We can again turn that line graph into a color bar graph, and you can see now that the heat readings are much more balanced. One spot of mild, which may be just activity that's happening in the spine at that particular point in time, but a much better graph showing that there's no difference in terms of nerve interference, indicating the patient may not need to be adjusted that day. This is what we're striving for in upper cervical health care, is getting the patient to show a no nerve interference pattern, along with other tests that we do here in the office that will indicate there's no need for an adjustment and the patient's body is working as it's supposed to and the healing process is continuing. Another reason why the nerve function in the upper neck is so vital and important to the whole function of the body is if you think about where those nerves are traveling from. The upper neck nerves are actually affecting areas stemming directly from the upper neck area, but also is the gateway here going down through to the rest of the spine until the organs and functions and systems in the body. So it's highly important that the upper neck be functioning properly to ensure that the rest of the body is receiving the proper nerve impulses and signals that it needs to function as well as our bodies can. To get the information that you need to find out if your body is working the best that it possibly can, go to my website at www.rogersmithdc.com. Your health starts here.